Oh my god, hi! John McCara here. Welcome to another episode of Smack Talk Sports, or Sixers Smack Talk. I don't know yet. Just going, um, just going for it. Um, you see the bird in the back? Where's my finger? Look at that guy. Anyway, um, I'm John, huge Sixers fan, huge basketball fan, huge Flyers fan, huge Eagles fan, um, um, huge music fan, but that's not what we're here about. My band's called the 1940s. Look us up, but if not, that's fine. We're talking about basketball here. Today I'm going to give you the Western Conference 1 through 15, how I think that the season's going to pan out for all these teams. I'm not doing records because I didn't feel like doing that. But these are the 1 through 15, how I think the seeding's going to go in the Western Conference. I guess I'll start from lowest to highest. So number 15 is the Memphis Grizzlies. I just think they're extremely young. I really like Jaren Jackson. Iggy's probably not going to stay there. I hope he doesn't, because I have fond memories of Iguodala on the Sixers. I like the Grizzlies. I think they're going to be good eventually, but they need a lot of stuff, and they got some nice young pieces. But I think they're very far away from where they need to be. So that's number 15. Number 14, the Phoenix Suns. I think that they actually will be a little bit better than they were last year. I think they're bound to get good seasons out of Booker and Ayton, but I don't see them winning much more than they did last year. And also, I think Ayton needs to improve a little bit, even though he had a good rookie season. But I think he can improve in all over, which I think he's going to. He was a beast in college, so yeah. So that's number 14, the Phoenix Suns. Also, they made some terrible trades this offseason. Number 13, the Thunder. I feel bad for the Thunder. Even I really don't like Russell Westbrook. He's my least favorite player, only because he battles with the Sixers a shit ton, and this is Sixers mainly. It's an NBA, but it's also it's going to be more towards the Sixers, I guess. Like there's going to be like after game videos and shit like that. So, but yeah, now I can feel bad for Oklahoma City Thunder. Apparently, they might be a little. The fans might be actually a little shitty from what Durant's saying and all that, but they seem like a good basketball city, and they seem like they love their team. They don't have nothing else going on. I think Chris Paul will probably try and get out of there. If he doesn't, he'll probably won't play a full season. I don't see them winning too much. Number 12, the Timberwolves. I don't like their team. I obviously like Covington. I didn't love him when he was here. I thought he was slightly overrated as a defender, but he's still a really good defender. But I think some people were acting like he was fucking Gary Payton, even though they're different positions. But that was just a bad example. But they thought he was incredible. And I just thought he was pretty good. I thought he had real long arms and all that. But besides that, Andrew Wiggins is just playing. He plays with no passion, no heart. He'll put up 17 points that mean nothing. Karl-Anthony Towns is extremely talented, but in the West when they're that tough, I can't see them winning more than any of the teams ahead of them. Besides maybe the next two, but I just don't see it. Number 11, the Mavericks. I really like Luka Doncic. The only reason they're not higher is because I don't know how Kristaps is going to play. I think they're going to be really good together. I just think that he might be slow. He hasn't played in over a year. Or was it over a year? He hasn't played in a long time. So, I just want to see what he looks like when they play. Maybe they'll play some preseason games or something and get some chemistry. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to grow together really nicely. And I'm excited for what they look like in the future. This is where we at. Number 10, the Pelicans. Now, I was going to put them... I didn't know the earlier spots, or this middle area from 12 to, we'll say, 7 is really tough. I put the Pelicans there, not just because of Zion. I think he'll be pretty good. I think he'll give you a little bit. He'll look like Julius Randle did last year, which is pretty good. I like Julius Randle a lot, actually. I don't think he'll score as much. I think Julius Randle averaged like 21, but I think he'll give you the rebound numbers, and I think that he'll put up maybe 17, And that's basically based off, I don't know how good his shot is in the NBA. But just in that one Summer League game, you just see how much stronger he is than everyone else. I could see them winning some games with him. Not enough to get in the playoffs. And I think Lonzo Ball's a good defender. Drew Holiday's the fucking man. Brandon Ingram, we'll see what he does. My guy Jahlil Okafor, who I've met before. Even though I don't think he's going to be anything. Is he even on their team still? I hope he is. I think he is. But anyway, yeah, Pelicans number 10. JJ Redick's a big addition too. I wanted to mention that. Number 9, the Kings. The Kings just missed the playoffs last year, and I think they're just going to miss it again. I like De'Aaron Fox a lot. I like the team a lot. I'm not really a big Harrison Barnes fan, but I could see why he's an important player on their team. I just think they just slightly miss it. They're still young. Who's the other guy? Bogdanovich. I really like Bogdanovich. Buddy Hield with his shot is crazy. Yeah, I like their team a lot. I think they're just going to miss it, and I think they're going to miss from a lack of experience. And they're getting there. I think this is my number 8 team is the Spurs, and I think this is unless they get some players in next year's free agency or draft, or maybe they miss the playoffs for some reason, they get a good pick. But I think the Spurs 8th seed. I think that's a fair spot. Aldridge is still an all-star. What's his name's an all-star, or could be an all-star. DeRozan. I think they're the 8th seed. They have the best coach in the league. Two good players. And I'll tell you, if Murray comes back and plays defense like he did, you got a good, strong defensive backcourt. Because then your first three is like, I guess you put White at do you put White at shooting guard or Murray at shooting guard? Either way, your first three is your starting three is Murray, White, DeRozan, and you got Mills off the bench. I think that's an 8th seed roster, and then you got Aldridge, who I don't know if he plays power forward or center. I'm assuming it should be center, but it's probably power forward. Yeah, I think this is their last year of making the playoffs. I think they're going to miss it next year, and I think it's going to be Mavericks, Pelicans, Kings. They're all going to be gunning for the Spurs' 8th spot. And that's pretty much it. Now, the next were easier. The next 7 were easier. But the West is really hard. Because every team's good. Every team's competitive from 12 up. There's only 3 or 4 teams in the West. You look at the East, and it's like the Magic might make the playoffs again, which I don't think they will. I'm going to put my Eastern Conference out probably in a couple days. But so Warriors are number 7. I think the Warriors are number 7 because Clay's hurt. They lost Durant. They lost Iguodala. They lost Livingston. Obviously, Curry and Green are still. Curry's still in the top 5 best players in the league. I think he was my number 5. The space he creates, no matter who he's playing with, is going to help the team out monumentally. Oh shit. That's crazy. Patriots just cut Antonio Brown. That's unbelievable. Wow. But I'm sorry. That threw me through a fucking loop. So yeah, number 7 Warriors because Clay's hurt. Wow. Fucking Antonio Brown, man. Oh, you know what? If them sexual allegations are true, good. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. I didn't really care. I thought he was being a baby about the helmet thing. And I thought that he getting out of the Raiders contract. This isn't a football post, but anyway, if that shit's true, he can go fuck himself, and I'm glad he's not on the team. All right, number 6, Portland Trailblazers. Dame Lillard's one of my favorite players in the league. CJ's great. Nurkic. Who else do they have? They made some good moves that I can't remember right now. They got rid of Evan Turner, which is just a good move by subtraction. I'm blanking on what they did. I don't feel like pulling it up right now. But I like the Blazers a lot. Oh, they added who the fuck did they add at small forward? You know what? I'm gonna pause this and then I'm gonna look it up. Okay, so they're pretty good. I still think I'm gonna keep them at 6, but they got Hassan Whiteside at center, who I think he's the most up and down player in the league. Sometimes he can give you 20 and 20, and in other times he'll completely disappear. Apparently they got Paul Gasol, which I thought he was still in the Spurs, but Zach Collins is my guy. You ask anybody who my favorite bench player is in the league, he's up there. Zach Collins is up there. That's my guy. What else they got? Kent Bazemore. Yeah, they're solid. Andy Tolliver. Mario Hezonja, who I think's a bum, but whatever. But yeah, they're going to be good. I think they're going to be... They actually might play better than they did last year, even though they were a 3 seed last year. I just think the West is even tougher than it was last year, and it's all up for grabs. And this is just the regular season. But the next 5 teams are all literally championship contenders. Probably. Not probably. At least 4 are. Now remember, this is regular season. It's not who I think's the best team. But number 5 is the Lakers. Now, before y'all go, get weird about it, I just don't think the Lakers have anything besides LeBron and AD. They have no depth at all that I can think of. Dwight Howard, come on now. Boogie Cousins got hurt. They got Kuzma, but I think he's overrated. They got Rondo's your starting point guard, please. Danny Green, who's good, but he ain't great. He's right now, from what I'm looking at, he's their 3rd or 4th best player. He's their 4th best player. I actually like Quinn Cook, but I just don't see them when the playoffs come and they make the bench smaller, and LeBron's handling the ball most of the time. That's when I think we're going to see how good that team is. But I don't like their coach. I don't like most of their team. I think, like I said, Kuzma's overrated. You can never count out LeBron. You can count out Anthony Davis. A lot of people give Embiid shit about being injured. Anthony Davis is hurt once a year. He's annually hurt. So I don't want to hear that shit. But anyway, yeah. Lakers are number 5. I think they're overrated because of how great LeBron is. He's the best player I've watched live ever, and probably the second or third best ever. So of course you can't count him out. And when the playoffs come, like I said, we'll see what happens. But they're a 5th seed in the West. Number 4, Utah Jazz. I love what the Utah Jazz did this summer. Mike Conley, I love watching him play. He's not underrated anymore because everyone calls him underrated, so I don't think he could be considered underrated. But they're going to be probably the best defensive team in the league, and they're going to be scary as fuck. And I can't wait to watch them play against every other team besides the Sixers. That's kind of scary. I like to play with my eyelids sometimes. Number 3, because this video is going a little long, the Rockets. I hate Russell Westbrook as a player. I'm sure that he's a great person, but can't stand him as a player. James Harden's incredible. He's one of the best offensive players I've ever seen. They're number 3. I think it's just you look at those two. I don't think they're going to play together well in the playoffs. Both of them are so talented that they're going to be that good. And they got decent players. They still got PJ Tucker. They still got Eric Gordon. They still got Clint Capella. They got a decent team around them. I just don't see. I don't think in the playoffs they're going to mesh well when Westbrook's taking shots that he shouldn't be taking, which he always does and he always will. So, yeah. They're number 3 though because they're that talented. Them two that talented together with a decent team. That's a 3 seed. Number 2, Denver Nuggets. Holy fuck, are they a fun team to watch. Watching them in the playoffs, they battled every game. Jokic is the fucking man. I like Jamal Murray, but not like too much, but I like him. I really love Paul Millsap. I loved him in Atlanta. I thought he was awesome in Atlanta, and I think he's a great veteran for them. So that's my number 2 team, and my number 1 team is the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harris, even Zubac. What the fuck? Pat Beverly. I mean, I could probably keep going, but I'm not going to because I'm brain freezing right now. But that's a squad right there. That's the best team in the West. Even if you get 70 games out of Kawhi or 65 games or whatever, that's the best team in the West. They have a shit ton of chemistry from when they lost. They got better when they traded Tobias to my Sixers. They got they beat Golden State in 2 games with Durant in the playoffs. Who they lose? Shamet they lost, and they lost. Gilgeous Alexander, and and they gained They gained Paul George, and fucking Kawhi Leonard. They're the best team in the West. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league, and my prediction, which I'll get to. I'll do a whole thing again. Maybe I'll do a matchup series. But my prediction for the finals, barring injury, is Sixers Clippers. And I probably going to go to the Clippers because Kawhi Leonard becomes an absolute robot in the playoffs. So yeah, that's my Western Conference standings. Clippers 1, Nuggets 2, Rockets, Jazz, Lakers, Blazers, Warriors, Spurs. And then the teams that don't make the playoffs: Kings, Pelicans, Mavericks, T-Wolves, Thunder, Suns, Grizzlies. Eastern Conference is coming out soon. I'm really trying to make these videos shorter, but this is a long thing to do. So maybe I won't explain as much about the teams or go into detail in my opinions. But alright. Another episode of Smack Talk in the books. Love and hip hop.